continue to go through the program to the city.
Okay, and then the second question. So with the people that were helping homeless, is there some kind of like guarantee, like, you know, as soon as you get this home, you know, we're going to, we already have 3 people, if you have a fourplex, we have 4 people that we already have set aside for you for a certain length of a contract, or whether it's a year, 4, 5, 10. Is there some kind of guarantee or anything that lets you know, like, this is as safe as possible?
Yeah, he's asking if there's a guarantee. Year to year, you renew the contract for your tenants year to year. Okay? And the guarantee, if they tear up your property, they'll be reimbursed. And I'm telling you, it's good to get the income property because those people do not even see the check. Check goes straight to your bank. They don't see it because their money's being subsidized.
And they have a program where they have people, they just recently got the money through mental health services act and all that, where they go in there, they find homeless people, and they want to help them through whatever program is suitable to put them into these properties. And then they will guarantee, if this place gets damaged because you house one of the folks that we recommended, then they're going to repair that for you. And so I know that I can't recall the name of the program in Kern County, but I do want to clarity on that. That's what you're saying. You kind of support. If they house the homeless, especially if they're veterans, or if they have people with mental illnesses out there as well, because this funding does come from different places, that repairs will be paid for if they damage your property. Okay, is that correct? Okay, so that's the same.
She want to know about your property getting damaged. You will be able to select who moves into your property. It is not going to throw nobody home. You get to select who moves in your property. They're going to bring you, you have a meeting with them. You're going to sit down and look at their certificate, how much it's going to pay, how many are moving in, and you decide if that individual is going to stay living in your property. And what you can do is, you don't like it after a year, you got to go and get you another to have another interview with. So anybody's not going to move into your property without your say so.
So that it's not a part of that program. Because like I said, there's funding from the state, from the mental health services.
Right.
They'll actually come to you. If you house these homeless folks, we'll make sure we damage anything we're going to pay for it. We're not talking about that.
No. Because this is the veteran program. You understand?
Because you did mention that you're trying to get these homeless folks out of the street.
Right. Well, I think you qualify for paying the rent. Yeah, well, the city out with that because they're going to subsidize the rent. They're going to have to subsidize the rent for the homeless people. Got a lot of veteran PTSD. The rent's going to be subsidized because you still get to decide who you going to let in your property. Because I'm not letting anybody in mine. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to stay on top of it as far as make sure I go check for roaches and anything that's damaging the property every 90 days. Stay on top of it and give them brownie points if they're doing what they're supposed to do. Any more questions? If you got this video, take it back here. Yeah.
So my question is, earlier you said something about that a person to be eligible for one of these certificates has to live in a shelter. I'm sorry. You said that earlier that a person in order to be eligible for one of these certificates has to live in a shelter.
No, speaking of the homeless vet.
Okay.
The homeless vet. See, a lot of veterans are homeless out there, but they're not reporting to the city. They're not saying I'm homeless. Okay?
Okay.
Once you report to the city, they're going to give you a counselor. That counselor is going to work with your discharge papers and apply for funding for a HUD badge. It's like a Section 8 certificate. That homeless veteran will get that certificate whether he or she is working or not and have a place to stay.
Okay. So what my question is kind of leading into another question, which is I live in an SRO.
Okay.
I really don't want to have to
Okay.
go live in a shelter for an SRO in order for this to happen.
Sorry about that. Good.
That's okay. So, well, can you work with me if I'm living in an SRO?
You're a veteran. I'm working with you.
All right, good.
This is your house.
All right.
We got agents and stuff to work with you.
Okay.
We just got to get you qualified for the loan.
Okay. Sounds
You
good.
got to attend these workshops.
All right.
They're free to you. Any other questions? Speaking to the mic.
So my question is on import export.
Yes.
So is it a two-way? Is it imported from, exporting from America to those countries, or going to, is it like a two-way traffic?
Yes, it's a two-way street for the import-exporter. I'm working with Sakani Takarani. This is Oakland's African sister city. I just got to be appointed the president of the African sister city. San Francisco's sister city is Abidjan. That's what the African Development Bank headquarters is. So it's going to be like a two-way street because a lot of things they want, like washer and dryers. They do a lot of fishing and looking for outboard motors. They're looking for computers, export. Okay? But I'm going to be selling Sakani Takarani is a twin city. Pots and pans and jewelry and art and furniture and rugs. And sell them here in America because they got great products. And I went over there for 9 years. I used to be Oakland's African Sister City president for 9 years. And I know the products they got. I went over there, got my own product line. And I'm just waiting to come up with some things before they give me this loan. Do SCORE, the international program. So that's what you'll be working with, SCORE and their international program. You have to put your proposals together. Once you got it together, they'll send you the SCORE, they're going to tweak it for you, and make sure it happens. Okay? Any other questions?
One more question. For the small business enterprise, is that going to be only in California, or is it anywhere in the country?
It'll be anywhere in the country you want to go there. But you still got to go through the same procedure. You must contact that veteran representative in the SBA. Sit down with an individual, try to show them your business plan so they can hook you up. The SCORE's all over the United States and every city too. So you got to hook it up. Get in there and talk to that veteran representative. Tell them what your idea, what you want to do for your small business. Okay? And you'll be okay. Any other questions? Any other questions today? Let's go back. Okay.
Yeah, I have one question. Where's the real estate agent from? What city do you serve?
She's gonna tell you in a minute. She's gonna tell you in a minute. You got any other questions? She wanna know where the real estate agent was from. She's gonna tell you. Yes, she is in the back. She's gonna tell you. Any other questions? I want you to put your hands together. Give this gentleman a big round of applause for coming here.
So first of all, first of all, what I want to do is I want to thank you all for your service.
Okay.
I know that you don't hear it a lot, but I do appreciate it. My name is Mike Irvin. I'm with Supreme Lending, and I've been helping veterans achieve the American dream of home ownership for over 25 years. And I'm going to just go through some basics about the VA loan program. This is not the CalMed program, so you are eligible for two programs. This is a standard VA loan program. This is available throughout the United States. It has, here in the Bay Area, there you'll see there's some differences that you won't see in other parts of the United States. But I'll just go ahead and get started. So The VA program was initiated right after World War II to help veterans with home ownership. They're responsible for a lot of the baby boomers getting their first home. Some things about the veterans, as you know, there's over 18 million of you nationwide. But what's interesting, less than 60% of veterans have ever used their VA loan benefit. Out of that 18 million, 10% are women. You have, California has the highest number of veterans. It's over 2 million veterans in California alone. And those the gentleman had a question about the VA loan program, is that you can use it over and over again. You don't have to really pay off all of it, but out here, with the housing prices, you really do have to have it all paid off to be able to make it efficient and to use it. So the CalVet program, you actually are borrowing money from CalVet. The VA program, you're actually borrowing money from a bank or a mortgage company or a mortgage banker that we are. The difference is that the VA is guaranteeing that loan. They're basically saying, we'll cover it. If something happens that can't make the payments, goes through the foreclosure, we're going to cover your losses. And I will tell you this, is that out of all of the loans, conventional, jumbo loans, all kinds of loans, the lowest foreclosure rate is the VA loan. Out of all. It's been about being for decades. No down payment. That's another beauty of the VA program, okay? You can buy a home without any money down at all. So, to be eligible, most of you are going to be eligible. Okay? You just need 2 years of active duty, 6 years of reserves. You know, most of the stuff almost everybody in this room is going to do eligible for the VA program. Unmarried spouses of a veteran can use benefits. It has to be a service-related disability that where the spouse can use the benefits to purchase a home. So here in most of the neighboring counties, San Francisco, San Mateo, Alameda, Contra Costa, Marin, Santa Clara, we're looking at what we call the high-cost loan limit is $726,525. So you can buy a home up to that amount with no down payment at all. And then people say, well, okay, but if I'm buying around San Francisco, unfortunately, that's not going to get me too far. So what do? Do I have an option? And you do. So you can actually exceed that loan limit, but you do need to put a down payment in. But you don't need to put that much. So the way it works is for every dollar that you put up after that loan limit, the VA will put up 3. So to give you an example, we'll look at, just let's look at an 820 purchase price. We have a limit, okay, we're going to reduce that, take that, minus that limit out, so the difference is $98,475. You only have to come up with 25% of that, which is about almost $25,000. The VA is going to cover the rest. So people can buy a home in the Bay Area to use the program.
I also want to tell you, veterans, you're qualified for grants by the federal government to help you.
Yeah. And if you have any questions, please feel free to just jump in. So, might be kind of hard to see here, but a few things I just want to point out. As I said, the vehicles are reusable. They don't have to use them again. They're also assumable in many cases. And what that means is, let's say you buy a home and you've got 4% on that rate. 5 years down the road, 10 years down the road, you decide to move, and let's say interest rates are now 8 to 9%. Things change. We've all seen high interest rates. You can have someone come in and assume that 4% rate. Take over the payments. That's a very remarkable piece of property if you can offer someone a lower interest rate. So it's another thing that you can't, on conventional financing, you can't get a loan that's a small. It's only available through VA. So on the type of property, single-family homes, townhomes, condominiums. Be careful with the condominiums, they have to be approved. I have a list, I know throughout the state of California which ones that are approved. Modular homes, and we're also talking about investment properties. So with the VA program, you're limited up to 4 units. So you can buy a duplex, live in one of the units, rent out the other one, buy a fourplex, live in one of them. And I've helped veterans that have done this. And particularly with the rents right here, you can work out really well. Talk about the condition real quick. So it doesn't have to be perfect, but it has to be in what you call moving condition, right? It can't be a place where you can't live in it. On VA loans, they always require a pest inspection. Okay, and that's going to check to see whether there's any types of infestation, but also dry rot. We have more problem out here with dry rot than we really do with bugs. So if there is damage, they have what they call Section 1 and Section 2. Section 1 is just damage. It's whether it's infestation or it's dry rot. That has to be fixed before it goes to the restroom. Doesn't matter who fixes it. I've had plenty of veterans that we get them fully approved. There's no question they have the loan, and they'll say, you know what, I'll take care of the fixing the dry rot. So it doesn't always kill the deal because of that. And it is for homes that you're going to live in. You can't buy a place in Tahoe, and you've got to have manufacturing. The other thing with the VA program is very forgiving if you've had challenges with your credit, foreclosures, bankruptcy, short sales. It is probably the most forgiving program available today. And they also will allow your debt-to-income ratios to go much higher than under normal guidelines. Normal lenders want to see about 40% of your gross monthly income going towards your housing expense and car payments and so on. VA will go to 55–60% under extenuating circumstances. Okay, so what do you need? It's pretty basic. Same stuff you're going to need with any other loan. Pay stubs, tax returns. If you're on disability, you want to, your award letter, divorce decree if you've ever been, divorced, bank statements. If you have any retirement accounts or anything like that, you need to do routine. Okay, who can tell me what this is? Deportee, very good. Winner, chicken dinner. So this is your DD-214. The two important things you want to make sure that are on there is that part there that tells them when you served, and then the one down at the bottom has a signature on it. Those ones you want to make sure that your copy has it. I've seen some that were like copies and they didn't have it all complete. Okay? That's what your eligibility is going to look like. Okay? It tells you the amount of loan that's guaranteed on. Credit. So again, you don't have to have perfect credit. You don't even need to really have credit. We can structure it where if you've got a cell phone bill, you've got utilities, you're paying rent, you don't have to have the traditional lines of credit you're going to find on a credit report. So if needed, we can essentially build your credit with alternate sources. Regarding if you've ever had a major challenge with your credit, such as a bankruptcy, Chapter 7, 2 years after the bankruptcy, you're good. 1 year after bankruptcy, you're good. You can buy a home. Foreclosures, short sales, 2 years waiting period. They just want to make sure that you're back on your feet again, get your credit back, once you haven't had any big problems, or after that event, you're back in business. Employment is very much the same. They just want to see a history. You can use work that you've done in the service to help you to build that history. They're not as, again, as stringent as you're going to find normal lenders. Again, here's some of the great things about it. No down payment. Interest rates tend to be lower than conventional financing. Easier to qualify for. No mortgage insurance, which is an extra monthly cost. You can get all the way down to the 600 credit score. You need compensating factors, but you can make it work. Again, they're assumable. Couple things. Again, closing cost isn't going to cost you any more than anything else. Some people borrow on their 401k as to use this for the down payment or closing costs. That's perfectly fine. You can get the seller to pay for all your closing costs. Of course, you can pay it off at any time. 100% gift. So if you have a relative that wants to give you some money to help you buy your first home, it's perfectly acceptable. So real quick, we're going to talk about one thing called the funding fee. So the VA has a fee that they charge in every loan, and essentially it's there to keep the program running. And it's called the funding fee. The fortunate thing is that it can be financed, so it's not an out-of-pocket expense. And essentially, if you've ever had any service-related disabilities, it's free. They're not going to charge you that fee. Okay? I don't know if you can see it, but it's kind of, generally on a normal purchase, it's going to be about 2%. It's like 2.1%. And I can always send you more information so you can get an idea of it. So just a few things, I'm almost finished there. But when you present an offer, a VA offer, well, let's back up. Sometimes when you're first going to talk to some realtors and maybe other lenders, sometimes they're going to try to talk you out of using your program. And it's unfortunate. And the main reason is because they're not familiar with it. There's nothing wrong with the program. They'll tell you, oh, it takes too long, and you'll never get it through. That's BS. I've closed VA transactions in 2 weeks, so they don't take a long time. And I'll tell you something else is that I've got deals through because of the veteran. We had a transaction a few months ago. There were 7 offers on the table. The realtor came back to me and he says, well, this is what the seller said. He says, you're not the best, but if you can go up to the best price, they'll take your loan. They'll take it. It's a veteran. So people tell you that you won't get it through because you're a veteran. Sometimes you'll get it through because you're a veteran. So use it. So just some tips. I always advise the realtor to put a cover letter with it. If you've got a family, pictures of your family, but also put in when you served. It's important. You're building a rapport with the seller, so it's not just about numbers. They look at you, they see a family, they see someone that's trying to buy their first home. It's important. It works. You don't want to ask for a lot. Obviously, you don't want to say, in a really competitive market, you keep it clean. Again, we can close the escrow in 2 to 3 weeks, so it doesn't have to be like some people think it's 2 months. That's not the case. So these are just tips that when you do place an offer, I'd be more than happy to give you advice on it, but you do want to, there are some tips that's going to help you get it through. That's pretty much it. I keep it simple. That website, cavaloans.com, that's my website. That'll give you a lot of the information. Any questions? Right? Then I'll hand it over to you guys.
Please give him a hand of applause. Come on out here. guarantee is said and done. We talk about you staying with us to make sure that you spend your certificate of ability for us to make our property or family home. Okay? These workshops will be moved all over the Bay Area. These workshops will be moved from Oakland, San Francisco, Richmond. We're trying to get out to Sacramento. We have a VA office out there, a large facility, for veterans that we're negotiating to get workshops down in the Sacramento area. Make it closer to those veterans to stay out that way. Your needs. So we come to you and ask you what your needs are when you get ready to buy a home. We ask you about your values, what's important to you when purchasing a property, the features that you're looking for in a home, and how the home finding process will need to be tailored to fit your personal needs. Next, we define that ideal property. We want to know how many people will be living in your household, what you consider a comfortable commute. We want to know what you feel like when you go into your home and you put that key in and you open that door, what you're looking for. So we want to tailor our home finding process to your needs. That process begins here. An initial consultation, which is where you call me, we'll meet, we'll sit down, we find out exactly what your needs are. Once we do that, I refer you over to Mike. Mike finds out what your lending needs are and your purchasing power. Once we find out what your purchasing power is, we continue to finding the right home. Once we find that home, we prepare an offer. After we prepare an offer, we reach an agreement with the seller. Once we reach that agreement with the seller, we complete the process. Not that simple, but that's the process. We submit that offer. We determine the price that you want to spend on that property. We present the offer to the seller and negotiate. Once we negotiate, we start with, once we negotiate, where am I at? Once we reach an agreement with the seller, we have a firm contract. Okay? We're here to protect your interests. These are ways that we do protect your interests. A written property disclosure statement is what we get from the seller. This tells us the property conditions. Professional inspections are needed, roof, termite, and a home inspection. This is what we do. We make sure those contingencies are met on a timely manner. There's also a home service plan at the end of the deal. I purchased that for your home. Finally, a walkthrough. Before closing, we want to walk through and make sure all the contingencies that the seller said that they were going to do to the property, that we make sure they are completed. Completing your home purchase. It takes 15 to 90 days to complete, depending on the complexity of the transaction. I will work closely with everyone involved to make sure we have a smooth process. Financing your home, that's what Mike's here to do. So I'm just here to let you know that I'll work hard for you. I'll help you find the property that you need and get you in a home when you're ready. Thank you. Are there any questions? Yes, sir.
I was curious, as far as...
You guys speaking to the mic because other people will be looking at this tape, okay? And your questions might be a question they have on their mind. Speaking to the mic, please.
Okay, just as far as, I mean, I'm not really too, I mean, I've heard some stories about the Bay Area as far as, you know, the competitiveness. I don't know if, is it cool, like, with you as far as, like, if you wanted to put multiple offers, just because, you know, I've been told that you're going to get turned down, but just to kind of shorten the process as far as having home ownership, I don't know if it's a law or if it's not a law or whatever, if I wanted to make, like, just, I saw 10 houses I like, put an offer on all of them, all at the same time. Is that something that's cool or you can't do that?
I think that, from my experience, you narrowing down to the houses that you are really interested in, and work hard on getting that one. You know, you put your offer in, and like a cover letter helps when we explain to the seller, and we explain to the seller about you, and you just do your due diligence. And just put it together. I think 10 offers at one time. What I'm suggesting.
Can we just go down a little bit? 5?
Turn the mic up.
5?
There you go. People are going to be looking at this even if they didn't come to the workshop, okay?
Is that something you can help me with, Mike? Is that something you can? No? No? I don't think that's something that I've normally seen, 5 offers at one time. We do one at a time. If you find a house, we work hard to get that house. And if that one doesn't work, we keep looking.
Okay, I just heard, I mean, I've heard every person I've ever talked to, you never get the first, second, or third house that you want, but...
I've been there and I've done that. And from experience, I found properties that I want, I put in an offer, a solid offer. If you get a good realtor that knows how to work it, it can be done. But I just think you need to do it one at a time. If that one doesn't work, that wasn't meant for you, then we work on another. Just work until you get it.
Okay, last question. I don't know if this is a question for the Colonel or for you, but he was mentioning about, like, the city's going to set a certain amount of land for the veterans to build houses. So if you're setting, I guess the question for you is, if you have home builders that's building a house, you don't have to, like, really bid. You just pretty much, whether they're offering a price for a house, you just give them the money.
Are you talking about the program the commander was talking about?
Well, let's just ignore what he just said, but as far as when you see someone that wants to get a house on a piece of land, like, how's that process? Like, do you just, because I know if there's a house that's already built and someone's selling it, then, you know, you do the bidding. But if there's no house there and it's just land that you want to build upon.
Oh, you want, like, property or land to build upon?
Yeah, if there's empty land that you want to add up real estate to, like, what is that? Like, do you still have to bid, or is it just like a selling price? Like, okay, if you want to have a house here, it's gonna cost $800,000, and then you just do it from there. Like, I'm just trying to figure out how to.
If there's land that you want to buy, yes, it's the same process. As far as putting in an offer with the seller and getting that offer accepted.
Well, I guess if it's land, you just purchasing the land, but as far as getting the house or building the house, that'd be irrelevant to the seller.
That's out of my scope.
Okay, all right. I'm done. That was
Okay?
it. Yeah.
Anybody else?
Can I ask that question for him? That if you're gonna get a piece of property, outside of our program with the city officials, then you can talk to the agent about putting some property, a home on that property that you're looking at, okay? Our program is separate, working with the city to subsidize rent, grants to help you go over the hump. Because as you close, we're gonna apply for some grants to make sure you go over the hump and you close that deal, okay? And if you want to look for a piece of property outside our program, go for it. We're gonna support you. Post 198 is gonna support you. We're gonna advocate for you. Whatever city you be up in, we're there to help you.
Just one more question, Colonel. So you got classes for Richmond and Oakland. If you open to both going to the classes and looking for land in those particular places, are you confined to choosing a location or just wherever land pop up once you get all your stuff situated? Okay.
We're going to be dealing with the city setting aside. So like here in San Francisco, the mayor here is setting aside some of the court for the veterans, okay? She set aside some of the land for the court. But if you see some piece of property that you're out there, we ask you to go for it. Because a lot of veterans are going to be gainfully employed. We're asking veterans to be truck drivers, work for Seeds Candy, or work in a warehouse. And the College of Alameda will come to some of our workshops, recruiting some of you that want to work at these places because you got to pay the mortgage. Service-connected, non-service connected benefits, you're going to pay the mortgage. Being gainfully employed, you're going to pay. But you don't have to work with the program that we're advocating. We're just indicating that a lot of veterans can band together to do some things like purchase some franchises. They want to work together. Okay?
I just want to kind of address what you're talking about multiple offers. You know, real estate changes all the time. A few months ago, all of a sudden we saw a lot of inventory come on the market, and we didn't see that many multiple offers. Now it's kind of dried up again. Now we're looking at where there isn't a lot of homes on the market, and we're seeing multiple offers again. So it just changes. As we go into the summer, usually you see more people put their homes on the market because they want to be moved before the school year starts. So it isn't always like, oh, that, you know, you read or you hear the news and it's 7, 8 offers. That isn't always the case. You know, sometimes there's only one. Sometimes there aren't any. So they say, you know, they're waiting for an offer. So you never know until you try. So any other questions or anything about financing or? Okay. All right, guys. Thank you very much. Yes, sir. Yes, yeah. We also do, the question was, he asked if we do refinances, and yes, the VA program has a great refinance program. They have a few of them, actually. There's a stream, essentially very limited documentation. You don't even need an appraisal. You're basically just reducing your interest rate. And yeah, it's very low cost. Yeah, yeah, it's pretty high. Yeah, but the streamline is really, yeah. You can get, like I said, the streamline is just basically you're getting a lower rate. You can get up to 100% of the value of your home for a cash out refinance. So if you want to do improvements, see a lot of people putting secondary units in, you know, so they could rent them out. Yeah, so.
Okay, Beth, I passed you out my cards. I'm gonna let you, right if I can just fill in this. I passed you out my cards. That's my home number and my email address. So I can advocate for you, okay? Now the next meeting, will be May 23rd, right here. We asked you veterans to bring your certificates to that meeting so we can count them up, okay? Just bring your certificates. Talk to this gentleman, or go to the VA on the 12th floor in Oakland and get that certificate of eligibility.
Yeah. Mike, this question is for you. So, is it true that if I refinance my current VA loan, I can refinance it to conventional, right? And free my VA loan? And if it is true, can I use the VA loan, because I know it has a cap, for example, so can I use the VA loan and the car vet loan together to purchase a home here in California?
I'm sorry, did you,
if I refinance my current VA loan, right, to conventional, then I'll free my VA loan, right? So can I merge VA loan and car vet loan to purchase a home?
yeah, no, unfortunately you can't, no. They're two separate programs, two separate loans, and they want to be the first loan. So, I mean, you can, again, purchase a home and structure it where you have, little down payment. Maybe pull cash out of the other home and use that to buy a home here. But you can't use them in conjunction together. Yeah, it's only one. Yeah.
Okay, let's wrap it up. There's not too much more to talk about other than go get your certificates. We're asking you for the real estate agent's information. We have a separate piece of paper up here. Put your email address up there so she can get at you. We're here for you, okay? I want to thank you for coming. I want to thank you for serving. Let's buy these houses. Let's open some small businesses, and let's buy some income property. Thank you. Don't forget to put your email address down. Yeah.